Oh, hey guys. Hey, Pat and Dave here, back for another episode of Shop Talk, where again, we're diving deeper onto this all-new Polaris XPEDITION. So Dave, that audio is bumping. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, how'd you like that entrance song?
Oh,
it was pretty good, right? Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, this system, man, I mean, we built this system specifically for this vehicle. We partnered with JBL Audio on this, and you just heard it. It's awesome. It's amazing. We got featuring two 6.5-inch speakers in the dash, pointed and designed right at the riders. We got speakers in the rear of the roof. And then the best part is the 10-inch subwoofer right between your legs. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, not only can you hear it, but you can feel that sub bumping, for sure. Yeah, so I think the cool thing when you got all the windows open like this, great for campground tunes, right? When you're just hanging out, chilling back at camp for the night.
Yeah, for sure. We know, like, you're going to be listening to your soundtrack while you're riding, but also when you're stopped, when you're grabbing lunch, when you're camping, whatever. So audio is a big part of the integration of this vehicle, and yeah, you heard it. It's awesome.
Nice. All right, so the next thing that I got to comment on, you know, because I got some seat time both in this and the Razor XP, but these seats, man, they're off the hook nice.
Yeah, all new seat, one piece, really well designed seat, and we actually lowered the seating position and moved the riders in about an inch compared to General XP. So you actually feel a little bit more inside the vehicle, and that also gave us extra leg room with the additional 2 inches of adjustability from General XP. So now you've got 6 inches of adjustability, forward to aft, a one-piece contoured seat, so the riders can get in position that they like.
Nice. Well, I think not only that, you mentioned the seats are a little closer, but even when I'm grabbing the shift handle and you're grabbing the passenger grab handle, like, our arms aren't even touching, and we're not the smallest guys ever. Well, at least I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of room in here, and it was really key to keep the vehicle at the 64 inches width. So we did that to move the riders in a little bit, and notice we got a full door, integrated design, and still at 64 inches wide. So pretty impressive. You got this much cab room, and you can still hit pretty tight trails.
Yeah, and I think the other nice thing here is I got an armrest on my door. So do you. You know, I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera or not, but you know, right down next to my hip, like if I'm, you know, holding on to the door to close it or, you know, cruising around, it's kind of nice, the amount of things you got to do. But the other cool one, brand new steering wheel on this rig. It's got some really nice, you know, texture on it, so I feel like I can grip it pretty good. But on this Ultimate, or on this North Star model, like we've actually got tilt and telly. So one of the cool technologies, you know, creeping over from the upper end Razors now, I mean, I can get this thing, you know, shoulders back on the seat, you know, absolutely dialed where I need it. And this is awesome. Like,
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's one of the favorite features of the high-end Razors. So we had to bring it to this line. You're going to be adventuring all day, going for long rides. You got to have telescoping.
You got to have, but not all the trims get the telescoping, right? It's only the upper ones that get.
Well, Ultimate and North Star.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
so 2 of the trims. Yep.
Nice.
And Premium obviously still gets tilt. So yeah, I mean, it depends what you're looking for, but Ultimate and North Star, they're the most comfortable out there.
Yeah, so I think the other thing that we got to talk about on this North Star, Dave, is all about this heating and cooling setup. So I can't, you know, tell you the number of days where I've been out in the morning and it's been, you know, in the 30s or 40s where it's pretty crisp. Then the sun comes out, and by the end of the day, you're sweating while you're riding.
Yeah.
So tell me what you got for adjustability here. Like, what are all the things this can do?
Yeah, well, I've experienced the same thing, Pat, right? Some of our favorite ride areas, you'll experience 3 seasons in a day, right? And so we put all the adjustability and the climate control in this one. So you've got 3 fan positions here. You got your temperature dial here in the middle. You can turn your AC on and off right there. And then we have zone control. So you see here we got in your face on the dash, you got dash and floor, floor and defrost, or defrost only. So you got complete control of your heat and your air conditioning. You're going to be comfortable in this, and you're going to want to ride all day.
Yeah, and I think, you know, one of the things that was amazing, we had some unseasonably warm weather around here about a week ago, and I got a chance to drive one of these. And the cool thing is we've actually ported over some of the technology from our Rangers, where we've actually gone to the variable compressor and some of the stuff that we've learned from the years of North Star development there. So it's got kind of the best air conditioning system we've ever had. And it works like really, really well, actually, even when it's 80, 90 degrees outside.
Yeah, and the vents are positioned well. They're right here, right in front of you. You can adjust them back and forth. You can close them. Nice integrated look into the dash. And then, like we mentioned, we've got the floor and the defrost up here. So this thing's ready to go. You're set.
Yeah, I think the other cool thing when I think about comfort when I'm driving, right, is I want to be able to reach and access everything. So the cool part is, headlights, I can reach even when I'm all the way back in the seat. All these switches in the middle, half of which are standard with the vehicle, half are accessories, and even this bottom row, like my shoulders are planted, or the windows, all this stuff, like I can get at it without having to, like reach out or do anything awkward.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, we actually really tried to be pretty planful about where we put things. So headlights is on the left out there, so you can get to them from outside the vehicle as well.
Yep.
How many times you pull up somewhere at night and you want to turn them on or off? So you got that right there. And then all your drive functions are right here on the driver's right side. You got all-wheel drive, your shifter, your winch, and your drive modes all to your right hand. And then from the front seat, you can control all 4 of the power windows. And in the rear passenger seat, they can control their own windows as well. So you've got full control, full comfort right here in the cockpit.
Yeah, so I think the other cool switch, Dave, right in the center of this dash, it's got, comfort, standard, and sport, but kind of tell us what that does and how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are drive modes. So this actually controls your throttle input to engine output, right? So we have your standard mode. That's what you would expect from, most of our side-by-sides particularly. It's going to handle very much like a general XP. If you want a little more sportiness and you want the throttle to be a little more aggressive, that's when you kick it into sport mode. But if you're just cruising and chilling, comfort is the way to go. It actually limits RPM and limits torque output. Makes it just easier to drive and a little bit quieter.
Yeah, and I think I found when driving one, that comfort mode was actually pretty slick because, when I threw it in that mode and I was going 15, 20, 30 miles an hour, like my top engine speed dropped down, so the noise in the cockpit, got a little bit better too. And the other thing I noticed here, Dave, is we've got a full headliner in this thing to help, absorb some of that sound too, which is, it's pretty nice. All right, so we talked about, front end comfort and ergos. I think we got to check out the back seat on this thing next.
Yeah.
So nice thing here, doors. I got an easy spot to grab, especially when I got the windows up right in the front. But super intuitive, like easy to get with the front hinge door. But I think one of the things I find kind of awesome here is, I'm like 6'1". And I fit in the back seat no problem. I mean, I got room to spare. I'm not even touching the seats in front of me, and this driver's seat is all the way back right now. Nice thing too is, when I decide to grab one of these, once they're, out and everybody can see them, I can take the wife and all 3 of my kids. We got room for 5 now. This is for my family. This is going to be the hot ticket, I think, for a little while in the area of the country we live. This is going to be sweet, and I fit like. Great lumbar support in the back, plenty of cushion in the pads. Like, nice job on these seats, man. These are awesome. So let's jump up front and let's talk a little about the shocks on this rig. So I don't know if you can get that camera down in here, but one of the cool things is we've actually got an all-new shock technology on the Polaris XPEDITION. So you guys might not see it very well, but up here we got something that we've had in the past with this QS3, where you've got, like a comfort, kind of a soft, a medium, and firm setting for that damping control at the top. But inside this shock body that you really can't see, there's actually a spiral bore that's done on the inside of the body. So if you imagine the difference between a shotgun and a rifle, on the inside of a shotgun you got a smooth bore, on the inside of the rifle you've got those spiral bores that are cut up to help that bullet spin straight. Well, we're using something similar here to actually allow a little bit of oil to bypass the piston on the shock. But what it does is as we go up in stroke, we can actually get a progressive damping out of this. So the awesome part about these new shocks is not only do they have bottom out cups like some previous ones we've had, but they also have this spiral bore technology on the inside so we can get progressive damping. So Dave, what I noticed when riding this, which was awesome, is that it's super plush and comfortable when you're just going through light chatter or smooth terrain. But when you start hitting bigger stuff, it soaks it up pretty good. Like, it's really comfortable.
Yeah, it's got great bottom out control to the technology that you just mentioned, which is important because you're going to gear this thing up, you're going to take it out. You could have one person, you could have 5 people on gear. So it's really important to get quality Fox shocks on here with that bottom out control. It's going to be great for the ride.
Yeah, so overall, I think that's probably about it for talking comfort, right? We got plenty of adjustability on how open you want the cockpit to be. We've got the North Star with built-in heat and AC. We got the all-new seats, the new back, windshield. We talked the shocks. I mean, tons of comfort on this thing. You're going to love it for all-day adventure riding. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And we've got some more info coming on future episodes of Shop Talk on the new Polaris XPEDITION. We'll see you next time.